There's an election coming and the Liberals think they can win. So here's just the financial mess they've created over the last 10 years to remind everybody why they should be your last choice on the ballot. Let's start with the federal debt. In 2015, Canada's federal debt was $612 billion. 10 years later, the most conservative estimate is that it's $1.25 trillion, more than double, 30,000 of which is your share. And Carney says there will be at least 3 more years of deficits under Liberal leadership. Now, what's contributing to this mess? Our federal budget, for starters, it has ballooned from $282 billion in 2015 to $537 billion, a 90% increase. What else, you ask? How about our massively expanded federal workforce? In 2016, the federal public service had approximately 257,000 employees, which cost Canadians $39 billion a year. Now that workforce has grown by 43%, up to 368,000 federal staff, which excludes military, RCMP, and Crown corporations. This now costs Canadians $70 billion a year, an increase of 78%. But life's no better for Canadians. How do I know? Well, let's start by looking at our GDP. Real GDP per capita growth in Canada over the last 10 years was 1.4%. Not 1.4% each year, a total of 1.4%. This puts us in the bottom 3 of all 38 OECD nations. In fact, we're nearly 90% below the average OECD nation over the last 10 years. Now, let's look at how this financial disaster has impacted Canadians firsthand using rounded numbers. According to Stats Canada, the cost of living for a family of 4 in 2015 was $50,000. Fast forward to 2025, and Numbio's projections hit $99,000, an increase in the cost of living by 98% over 10 years. But this is where it gets ugly. In 2015, the median after-tax family income was around $70,000, which means they had an extra $20,000 a year when compared to the cost of living. Now in 2025, median after-tax family income is projected at $92,000, which means the average family is now losing $7,000 every year just to survive in this country, or maybe better said, to slowly die in this country. But here's the thing. That cost of living calculation didn't include servicing consumer debt. When you factor that in, the average family in Canada is going more than $16,000 further into debt every year. This is insane, and the Liberals are the only ones to blame. But let's unpack this a little further. According to the Fraser Institute, the average family tax burden will hit $47,000 in 2025, a 40% increase since 2015. According to Stats Canada, energy costs have gone up 39% since 2015. According to the CMHC, the average housing price has increased by 61%. However, mortgage and utility costs have actually surged by 115% since 2015. Consumer bankruptcies are up 58%, while business insolvencies have increased by 80%. It's no wonder foreign direct investment abroad has increased by nearly 300%, with over $100 billion annually leaving the country compared to just $36 billion in 2015. And why is that significant? No investments into Canada means no recovery, Canada. And now Mark Carney and the Liberals, who just tried to sell you carbon tax 2.0 and insist on keeping the costly energy emissions cap, want you to believe that they're your best option for the future. But how on earth can anyone believe that the party who got us into this mess is actually the one to get us out of it?